Hi guys, morning. My name is Cornelia and I'm working as a recruiter and I've been working as one for the last 3 years. I wanted to start a mini series on my channel where I help people and I give them advice in terms of job hunting, how to prepare for interviews, how to construct their CV, and how they can answer to certain interview questions. Today's topic is how you can answer to certain interview questions that the interviewer, hiring manager, or recruiter ask during an interview. And I've chose 5 questions. These are the questions that I frequently ask during the interviews with the candidates and questions that I was asked when I was doing interviews. I'll tell you the questions, tell you why the interviewer is asking this, and how you can construct the answer for it. We are back with the presentation. During this video, you'll, of course, learn the questions, the most 5 asked questions, in my opinion, why the recruiter is asking this, and in the third part you'll learn how you can answer to all of these questions. I won't tell you a pre-written answer or the best answer that you can give to the interviewer, because all of the answers that you are giving in an interview needs to be tailored on the job description, on the company that you apply, and on your expertise, skill, and personality. If you learn by heart some pre-written answers from someone in the internet, as I saw a lot of videos where people are telling you exactly what you have to say so you can be successful in that interview, the recruiter will know. And they will know that this is not something that you thought by yourself. As I said, there is no issue in preparing your responses for certain interview questions, but all of them needs to be tailored, not a general answer that you saw on the internet that will be good to answer. The first question, and this will most certainly be the first question most of the time, is tell me about yourself. And the motivation behind it for the recruiter is not really to know you or to know your passions, know your hobbies, and so on. They just want to see if you are a good fit for this role. You can organize your answer by following the 4 things that I've mentioned here. First, you can start by describing your current role. Here you can tell them the role title that you have, the company, for how many years you worked there, and some of the responsibilities or the main duties that you had there. Then you can provide some details about your journey until the current moment. You can tell them about the education that you have, past roles, the motivation for choosing your career, or any other courses that you've done or things that you think are important in developing your career until this moment. The third thing that you need to mention are the skills and achievements that you have. The achievement parts needs to be during your education or professional work. So you don't really need to tell them about your personal achievements. In terms of skills, you need to find the skills in the job description that apply to you. For example, if in a job description you see that they want a person that is communicative, data-driven, and goal-oriented. For example, you're not a communicative person, but you are data driven and you are goal oriented. So you can mention these 2 attributes and don't mention the third one. It's totally fine. But you need to find skills that apply to you and that are also mentioned in the job description and mentioned during your interview. And the fourth thing that you need to take into consideration, this is optional, you don't really need to say it, is to tell them something that you want to have in your next position, or what are you expecting for your next role. For example, if you read in the job description that they want a person that will be willing to learn other skills or to learn to work with other technologies as well, you can mention that. The second most asked question, and this is something that I ask 100% in every interview that I have, is why did you apply for this role? And every recruiter asks this because they want to see the motivation and the passion behind applying to that role. Of course, we know that a candidate applies to multiple roles, and most of the time candidates don't even remember for what role they applied. This is why they ask to see if this role is special or is different for you from the other roles that you applied. The way you can respond to this question is to find 2 or 3 reasons why you applied for this role. And as I said before, you need to take them from the job description or from the company description that you find on their website. You should not include things about money, benefits, or a lot of days off. And I'm saying this because, of course, everyone wants to be paid, everyone wants to have a great benefits package and a lot of days off in their company policy. So these are things that are by default. And if you are answering with this, the recruiter will think that your motivation to apply for this role is in the financial part of that, and you are not really interested in working or doing the activities that that role implies. You can mention certain activities that you've read in the responsibilities part of the job description, and you can mention those and why do you like those things. As I said before, you can also mention things from the company website, that you like their values, you like their social events, that they are doing a lot of charities, or you like the fact that they work with international projects and this is something that you would like to have experience working with people from other countries and cultures. You need to choose 2 or 3 reasons for this and tell them during the interview. The third question is, what is your greatest achievement? And this can be rephrased within the lines of what are you most proud of at your last workplace or during your university and so on. The recruiter asks this because they want to see if you are proud of something or if you have an impact in your last job. Of course, if you never worked before, you can ask with something from your educational background. Implies that you need to provide details in terms of the whole situation that you are in, the task that you needed to solve, the action that you've taken to solve that, and the results that you have. In terms of results, you need to describe the impact that you have on that situation based on the actions that you've taken to resolve that task. The fourth question is one that I personally hate, and I never ask this during an interview, but during the interviews that I had as a candidate, I had a lot of recruiters that asked me this. And the reason why they are asking you is to see if you are at least considering staying in their company for a few years. And they want to see this because finding the right candidate, doing all the onboarding session, searching for them, recruit them, negotiate the offer, and so on takes a lot of resources from a company. And these are resources in terms of people, time, and money. And that's why they want to see that you are willing or at least considering staying in their company for a few years after you get the offer and get hired. If you are telling something within the lines that you want to move in another country in the next year, or that you want to see yourself in a total different job or in a total different company from theirs in your next 1 or 2 years, they won't like this answer and they won't considering you for the role. I'm not telling you that you have to lie to be considering for the role forward, but you need to think about the things that you want in your career or in your next few years in terms of your career progression, the company that you want to work for, and yeah, see if this role or the company that you apply is the best fit for you in terms of your career goals. You don't need to mention that you want to work in the next 5 years in their certain company. You can mention something that resembles their values or their business model, their vision, their culture. For example, if you read on their website that they are really focused on bringing the best results to their clients and that they are forward thinking, you can mention this in your essay. You can say something within the lines, I want to work in the next 5 years in a company that is forward thinking and that pride itself in giving the best services to their clients. The other thing that you can mention for this question is that you'd like to develop your skills and advance in your career. You can also mention other responsibilities that you'd like to have or different activities that you'd like to do in your job. You can say something within the lines, I would like to progress in my career and move forward from my current role in terms of leadership and management. I'd like to become a lead and a mentor because I really think that I'll be a good fit for this type of roles, as I love mentoring I think that I have really good leadership skills, and I think that people can benefit from my expertise and the expertise that I'll gain in the next 5 years. And the last question, this is something that the recruiter will most of the time ask you. If you, of course, worked at a company before, why did you leave your company? This can be also mentioned within the lines of why are you looking for new opportunities at the moment? Or why did you considering leaving your job? So yeah, this can be rephrased in many ways, but the idea is the same. They want to see why you left your company. And they are asking this because, first of all, they want to see that you are not a problematic employee, that you didn't have any disciplinary problems, conflicts with your manager or colleagues, and so on. And the second reason is that they want to see if you are the type of person that gossip about the company that you worked before. Because if you are gossip about the problems or the things that weren't that great in your last company, most likely after you leave their role, if you get this role and you leave them in the next few years, you will gossip about their company as well. When you're asked this question, don't say anything negative about your last workplace, about your colleagues, about your manager. I want to start with things that you should not mention in this interview. And these are all the topics that involve money, conflicts, behavioral problems, or the economic state of the company. The things that I'm telling you is to not respond in a way where you put all the blame for your leaving on the company or on other people that were working with you at your last workplace. The things that you can mention here are the facts that you want to develop, you want to evolve, you want to progress in your career, take more challenges or new challenges, work on different projects, learn different tools or skills. Yeah, you need to put the emphasis on the fact that you want to learn and you want to grow and you want to try other opportunities that are within the work field that you worked in. As I said, if you mention problematic things with your company, with your coworkers, managers, or any other things problematic that were in your workplace, the hiring manager or the recruiter most likely won't considering you for the next role. This is the presentation and mainly all the things that I wanted to speak about in this video. I hope that this will help you construct the answers for potential interview questions that you'll have during your interview, because being prepared help you having a greater mood during the interview, gives you more confidence during the interview, things that every recruiter or hiring manager will appreciate. In the next videos, I'll speak about more interview questions and how you can answer to them. And at the same time, I'll touch other subjects in terms of job hunting, how you can look for jobs, what portals you can use, and so on. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, I wish you a lovely day. Bye.